You afraid of death? Are you afraid?
No, I'm not afraid of death. I'm just pissed off about it.
Yes.
Because, especially I think when you have a life like we have,
yes,
and then one day it's over, that really pisses me off.
Governor, where are we going to go when we die?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahilladzi arsala rasulahu bil huda wa dinil haqq liyuzhirahu 'ala dini kullihi wa kafa billahi syahida. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu la nabiyya ba'da. Allahumma sholli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Berjumpa lagi dengan channel saya Mars Techno. Saya doakan semoga semua sahabat dalam keadaan sehat selalu. Pada video kali ini kami akan menampilkan bagaimana kegundahan seorang aktor senior Hollywood Arnold Schwarzenegger yang dalam podcast Howard Stern mengatakan kegundahannya di kehidupan setelah kematian. Nah sahabat, bagaimana video selengkapnya? Kita saksikan saja video berikut ini.
Somebody shared this next clip and they wanted me to go ahead and do a reaction to it, starring none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger in such films as Predator and Terminator. You guys know the rest of them probably better than me. Arnold Schwarzenegger, also former governor of California, and radio TV personality Howard Stern. They talk about one of the topics that actually keeps us awake. Believe it or not, you got usually two, and you'll see what happens here as we react to this. As I react to this, people end up usually making a joke about it, turning away from it. But we actually, as Muslims, we like discussing it because it gives us hope. It's not something that we look as being pessimistic, but there is great optimism in the topic of death. And hopefully you'll get to benefit from this also. Let's go ahead and react to this video. And hopefully, inshallah, God willing, this can also get to our friends Arnold Schwarzenegger and Howard Stern. Let's go ahead.
Are you afraid of death? Are you afraid?
No, I'm not afraid of death.
I'm
just pissed off about it.
Yes.
Because, especially I think when you have a life like we have,
yes,
and then one day it's over, that really pisses me off.
Governor, where are we going to go when we die?
Who loves death? There's a statement from Prophet Muhammad's wife. She actually talks about this, because the one who loves to meet his creator, Allah, God Almighty, loves to meet that individual. But she had mentioned, but people hate death. How can you reconcile with this? Because the moment of death is where you depart from your family. There's another beautiful statement by the last and final messenger, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, where he talks about when the person leaves, that's anybody, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Howard Stern, when you leave this life, there's a few things that depart with you. One of them is your family and your wealth and your deeds, what you did in this life. So what goes with you are not the fancy cars, the airplanes, the clothes, the jewelry. None of that stuff goes with you. And your family can't go with you. They actually stay behind. And then what happens? They end up fighting over the material possessions. But what you did in this life, Arnold, what you did in this life, Howard Stern, that is what carries on to the next life. And then going back to the other statement that what I was talking about, is that when a person is given the glad tidings of paradise, then they're happy now. Now that sadness that followed them, that pain of departing, because death does have its pangs. There's pangs of death, as we call it. Separating it, disattaching from this life it's very, very painful. But now when the angels come to you and they give you the glad tidings of what you prepared, you planted seeds of goodness in this life, and now you lived your purpose, your true purpose in life according to God's will, not your desires. Now what happens is you get that glad tiding of paradise, and now the joy overtakes you because now the mercy of God is coming. Let's continue on here as we react to this Arnold Schwarzenegger and Howard Stern video.
Be honest with us.
Well, the truth is that we go 6 feet under.
That's
and
it?
we're going to rot there. Yes, absolutely. That's it.
I thought you were told me to be uplifting.
No,
today.
but that's the reality.
I tell you
what did I say? I said, usually, Howard Stern is asking a good question, where are we going to go when we die? And then Arnold tells the truth. You're going to rot. You're going to be worm buffet, worm food in the grave, all of us. Muslim, non-Muslim, Christian, Jew, doesn't matter. That body that you lived in, this vehicle that's supposed to get you through this life, now it's temporal. It's temporary. Now it's going to go ahead and it's going to be put in the grave and it's going to rot. He's right. And then what happens? People, as I said, they start laughing. You can see, I believe this is one of the nighttime TV talk show hosts. He's laughing. I mean, it just becomes a big joke. But people know deep down inside, Howard Stern, he's for real. He's like, I'm scared. It scares me. Let's continue on.
And hopefully,
yes.
there is a life after this, and we all know it's going to be different if there's a life after this.
Not hopefully, but definitely 100%, 110% more than I'm actually, you're looking at me here, that reality that you're watching us here right now. No, there's a greater reality because this is temporary. But the truth of the matter is, without a shadow of a doubt, that there is a life after here. After here, yes, there is a life after the hereafter, 100%.
I hope there is a life after this. Well, but it's not going to be like this. I'm not going to sit after we are dead. We're not going to sit here like this and do interviews and have a great time and have laughs and have Robin there, giving us this beautiful smile all the time.
Robin won't be there?
No. So, this will be different. Maybe there will be angels sitting around. And maybe there will be God there smacking us every time we say something, a four-letter word or something like that, right? They'll say shit or this, whatever. I don't know what it is, but it is upsetting, and I cannot stand it.
Are you angry about it?
I'm so angry about it.
Me too.
I'm furious about it.
Me too.
I'm telling you.
Can't we do something?
No, but that's why you and I are so much alike.
I know.
Because we want to be the only ones that will live forever.
There's a few points here. Earlier, he said in the video, he talked about especially he's pissed off. Arnold Schwarzenegger is pissed off. I mean, who wouldn't be upset when you have like the lavish lifestyle? I mean, come on, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, this guy's got paradise on earth. So it's going to come to an end. So now it's kicking in because he's getting older. And for those people out there who are thinking, like many of us get fooled, people get fooled. They think like, okay, they're going to develop science, is going to come up with something, and we're going to be able to take this pill, and it's going to reverse our aging, and we're going to be able to expand our life. If anybody was able to do that with all their money, prestige, and all their fame and all the connections they have, Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been able to do that. But you can see Arnold Schwarzenegger is definitely getting up in age, and he's very healthy, he's very fit, and death, he's not going to be able to escape death, and he's
pissed off about it.
Pissed off. And then he talks about especially the kind of life that we lived. There's another statement by the last and final messenger sent to mankind, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Now remember, if you believe in Prophet Muhammad as the last and final messenger, and I really humbly request Arnold Schwarzenegger, Howard Stern, these people to sincerely take a look, and anybody out there that not yet Muslims, to take a look, be genuine, not disingenuous, and look into his life. Look into the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, who Michael H. Hart, he's a famous historian, he wrote a book, The 100 Most Influential Men in History, and he was not Muslim. He put Prophet Muhammad as number 1 most influential man in history. Doesn't it make sense that you studied all these other people's lives, but why not study the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, who came with a simple message that you worship the creator, not the creation. He confirmed Jesus, Moses, Abraham, and all the other messengers that came with the same message. Believe in one and only one God. No buts after that, meaning it doesn't turn into a trinity. I mean, this is why people go most of the time away from man-made religions, because they don't make sense. They don't fit with the natural disposition that we have to believe in one and only one God. And that belief now should manifest some actions, that actions of good morality, of good conduct, and those are those seeds of goodness that you plant in this life, so you can go ahead, they can be transferable into the next. Now, there's a statement by Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, as there are many gems of wisdom, teachings for us, because he was a teacher teaching us how to get to paradise, how to worship God. The same way if you were living during the time of Jesus, you'd have to obey him, not worship Jesus as a God next to God, a semi-God, demigod. No, because Jesus, peace be upon him, who was worshipped right before Jesus came on the scene, who were people worshiping? Think about that one. Who were people worshiping? Right before he came on the scene, they were worshiping the God Jesus called people to worship.
قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ.
At this time, Arnold Schwarzenegger's time now, because he's on the earth, Howard Stern's time, and the other late night show guy, for them, that messenger is Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. So I really, sincerely I really sincerely, humbly ask you to look into his life. And he said, Ad-dunya sijnul mu'min wa jannatul kafir. What does that mean? That means this life is like a jail for the believer and a Jannah, a paradise for the disbeliever. Think about that one. Wow. And that goes back to what Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was saying.
Especially, I think, when you have a life like we have.
Especially the kind of life that we were living. Can you imagine what men love most? And he had all that. What food he liked, he had all that. The cars he liked, he had all that. He was at the top of the top. There's no more getting to the top. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he had all the finer things in this life. And now it's coming to an end. So imagine, of course, he's going to be pissed off. He's going to be pissed off. And then for the believer, we have certain limits, certain restraints. We can't be going to the nightclub, drinking alcohol, fornicating. But God made processions here. Now, also, inside of marriage, she is somebody who is a mother. She is someone who raises the future nations. She's also someone who's elevated to a whole nother level in Islam. She's got her roles and responsibilities. The husband's got his roles and responsibilities. We have a purpose in this life, and everything is laid out beautifully, perfectly, so this world can function better, society can function better, homes can function better, families can function better, and that's how you can get peace when you come into the house of peace, Islam.
Masya Allah, sebuah video dakwah yang sangat menarik dari channel The Teen Show dengan pembawa acara Bung Edi. Beliau diminta mereaksi aktor kawakan Hollywood yang sangat terkenal dengan film-film laganya yang disebutkan dalam podcast Howard Stern, yaitu Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold menyatakan kegundahan hatinya manakala dia mati. Pada kehidupan setelah kematian, kita seharusnya optimis sebagai muslim, bukannya malah pesimis. Di awal video, Howard Stern bertanya kepada Arnold, "Apakah Anda takut akan kematian?" Dijawab oleh Arnold, "Saya tidak takut kematian, tapi hanya kesal saja. Anda bayangkan ketika kita mempunyai kehidupan seperti ini, terkenal, materi yang berlimpah, apapun yang kita mau bisa kita miliki. Tetapi tiba-tiba kita menghadapi sebuah kematian yang memutus semua itu, pasti kita akan sangat kesal. Karena saat kematian adalah waktu Anda pergi dari keluarga Anda dan apapun yang Anda miliki." Masya Allah, sebenarnya ada suatu hadis yang sangat indah dari Nabi Muhammad SAW, yaitu perbanyaklah ingatan akan pemutus kenikmatan, yaitu kematian. Setiap makhluk yang bernyawa pasti akan menghadapi kematian atau meninggal dunia. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Bagi umat Islam, dianjurkan selalu untuk mengingat kematian. Karena dengan mengingat kematian, seorang muslim akan bersifat zuhud terhadap dunia dan menjauhi keburukan. Kekesalan Arnold Schwarzenegger dikatakan juga bahwa dirinya akan dimakan oleh cacing saat telah mati. Karena itu dia merasa sangat kesal karena selama ini hidup dalam kemewahan dan apapun yang dimaui bisa dicapai. Tetapi ketika nyawa telah hilang, ia akan dimakan oleh cacing. Untuk itu dihimbau oleh Bung Edi dalam channel ini bahwa Arnold Schwarzenegger untuk mempelajari agama Islam, mempelajari Al-Quran, dan juga tentang Nabi Muhammad SAW. Mudah-mudahan dengan memasuki agama Islam, Arnold Schwarzenegger menjadi tenang dan siap untuk menghadapi kematian. Dan kelak insya Allah mendapatkan surganya. Nah sahabat, mungkin itu saja sedikit video reaksi dari saya. Mudah-mudahan video ini bermanfaat bagi kita semua. Wabillahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.